to say, however frustrating the hour, it will not be long, because truth crusher will rise again. How long? Not long. Because no lie can live forever. How long? Not long. Because you shall reap what you sow. How long? Not long. Who's forever on the scaffold, wrong forever on the throne. If that scaffold sways the future, behind the dim unknown standeth God within the shadow, keeping watch above his own. How long? Not long. Because the arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends toward justice. How long? Not long. Because mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord. He's trampling out the gates where the gates of wrath are stored. He's loosed the faithful lightning of his terrible swift sword. His truth is marching on. He has sounded forth the trumpet that shall never call retreat. He has lifted out the hearts of the judgment seat. Oh, be swift, my soul, to answer him. Be jubilant, my feet. Our God is marching on. Glory, hallelujah. Glory, hallelujah.
I make my decisions on the basis of my moral commitment, and I take my ministry very seriously. I would not say that the civil rights movement is dead. It's simply that we are moving to a new phase of the movement. For well now 12 years, we struggled to end legal segregation and all of the humiliation surrounding legal segregation. So it was a struggle for decency. It was a struggle to get rid of extremist behavior toward Negroes. Now we are in a new phase, and that is a phase where we are seeking genuine equality, where we are dealing with hard economic and social issues. And it means that the job is much more difficult. It's much easier to integrate a lunch counter than it is to guarantee an annual income. It's much easier to integrate a bus than it is to get a program that will force the government to put billions of dollars into ending slums. It's a wonderful thing to work and be concerned about integrating public accommodations, integrating the public schools, which I will continue to work for with vigor and with zeal. But I've also got to be concerned about the survival of a world in which to be integrated. And these issues to me are tied together in that sense.
How did you arrive at this decision, and who influenced your thinking?
I thought about it for several months, and finally I went away to write a book in Jamaica, where I had a chance to reflect and meditate and do a great deal of thinking about the war in Vietnam. I came to the conclusion then that I had no alternative but to take a vigorous stand against the war.
Dr. King, when you speak out against this war, do you speak as a Negro opponent of the war? Is there something especially anti-Negro or racist about the war that impels you to speak out?
I cannot overlook the fact that I am a Negro, and that this war is doing a great deal to destroy the lives of thousands and thousands of my brothers and sisters. We are dying physically in disproportionate numbers in Vietnam. Some 22 and 4/10% of the deaths, even though we are only about 11% of the population. The other thing is that we are dying spiritually and psychologically in disproportionate numbers at home in the ghettos. And I think the war itself accounts for our constant spiritual and psychological death here at home.
I weighed the criticisms that I would get. I thought about even the fact that some Negroes wouldn't understand, and some respectable Negro leaders who were more concerned about being invited to the White House than invited to the cause of justice for Vietnam. I weighed all of this. And I waited and as I prayed over it, something said to me that you got to speak on this issue. If you don't speak on it and others don't speak, I'm not going to give up. I'll have even the rocks to cry out against this war. It's an evil war. No matter where it leads, no matter what abuses it may bring, I'm going to tell the truth.
Hey y'all, I can't speak to y'all because I'm in this auditorium, but the play should start soon, so welcome Element.
I come here tonight and plead with you. Believe in yourself and believe that you're somebody. So I said to the group last night, nobody else can do this for us. No document can do this for us. No Lincolnian Emancipation Proclamation can do this for us. No Jeffersonian or Johnsonian Civil Rights Bill can do this for us. If the Negro is to be free, he must move down into the inner resources of his own soul and sign with the pen and ink of self-assertive manhood his own emancipation proclamation. Don't let anybody take your manhood. Be proud of our heritage. As somebody said earlier tonight, we don't have anything to be ashamed of. Somebody told a lie one day. They couched it in language. They made everything black, ugly, and evil. Look in your dictionary and see the synonyms of the word black. It's always something degrading and low and sinister. Look at the word white. It's always something pure. But I want to get the language right tonight. I want to get the language so right that everybody here will cry out, yes, I'm black, I'm proud of it, I'm black and beautiful. We must also realize that the problems of racial injustice and economic injustice cannot be solved without a radical redistribution of political and economic power. We read one day, we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. But if a man doesn't have a job or an income, he has neither life nor liberty, and the possibility for the pursuit of happiness. He merely exists. Estimated that we spend $322,000 for each enemy we kill in Vietnam, while we spend in the so-called war on poverty in America only about $53 for each person classified as poor. The promises of the Great Society have been shot down on the battlefield of Vietnam, making the poor, white and Negro, bear the heaviest burdens both at the front and at home. The other thing I want you to understand is this, that it didn't cost the nation 1 penny to integrate lunch counters. It didn't cost the nation 1 penny to guarantee the right to vote. But now we are dealing with issues that cannot be solved without the nation spending billions of dollars on the radical redistribution of economic power. position that it is a crime for people to live in this rich nation and receive starvation wages. All we say to America is be true to what you said on paper. If I lived in China or even Russia or any totalitarian country, maybe I could understand some of these illegal injunctions. Maybe I could understand the denial of certain basic First Amendment privileges because they haven't committed themselves to that over that. But somewhere I read of the freedom of assembly. Somewhere I read of the freedom of speech. Somewhere I read of the freedom of press. Somewhere I read that the greatness of America is the right to protest far right. So that's if I say we aren't going to let any dogs or water hoses turn us around, we aren't going to let any injunction turn us around. Well, I don't know what will happen now. We've got some difficult days ahead. But it really doesn't matter with me now because I've been to the mountaintop. Like anybody, I would like to live a long life. Longevity has its place. But I'm not concerned about that now. I just want to do God's will. And He's allowed me to go up to the mountain. And I've looked over and I've seen the promised land. I may not get there with you. But I want you to know tonight that we as a people will get to the promised land. So I'm happy tonight. I'm not worried about anything. I'm not fearing any man. My eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord.
Okay, Martin Luther King, that was his last speech. And he seemed like he was preaching his own obituary to a large extent. It's like he knew something was coming about his demise, but he didn't turn around and he fought to the last breath to be in his passion and his dreams and making America better, which it is today. A lot of issues still exist. Poor people marches, that's still going on today. A lot of inequalities. So it's up to the new generation. Young people here today, it's up to y'all to try to change that around. Each generation has to play their part. Martin Luther King did his, and pick up the mantle and move forward with what he did. And so we're going to have the Freedom Players from Wayne State University. It's a theater troupe. They came for the last 2 years. And they're coming back today. Here, Dr. Ross, he is in a short span of time, so give them a moment. They're going to be coming in, and I look forward to another performance. There's a lot of energy, they're young, and they always have a good theme. So while they're entertaining you, at the end of the day, there's a message. There will be a message regarding Martin Luther King to a large extent. So be a little patient, they get ready to set up. Come on, please.
No, don't tell him come in.
Oh.
No. We good.
You want to say something?
Sure, I will speak.
This is Dr. Ross, and he'll be taking the program now. Thank you for coming.
How's everybody doing? Everybody
Hello.
well? I'm Dr. Ross Michael Courtney. I'm an assistant professor of dance at Wayne State University and also one of the co-directors of the Black Theater and Dance Collective. Myself and Valicia Hines have been working on devised plays for the past couple of years. This, what you're getting ready to see, is I Am. It's kind of the second rendition of I Am, or a portion of it, an excerpt. And I Am is about a journey to liberation. It's really about the students telling their own story about their journey to liberating themselves and finding a deeper sense of themselves. So you'll see an excerpt, hopefully a little teaser to encourage you to want to support the Black Theater and Dance Collective and support the performances that we have. We will be touring this particular version of the show throughout the semester, so if there's an interest, you can always reach out to us through the university's website, Theater and Dance at Wayne. Get in touch with myself or Valicia Hines, and we can work towards scheduling things. I'm seeing some familiar faces, I love that, and some of my colleagues. So, if we're all set up in the booth, are we ready to go? We're gonna test sound. So I'm just gonna kill some time. Tell you a little bit about myself. So we do have a performances tomorrow. National Day of Healing is tomorrow, so we're performing in certain schools. We're still organizing our tour schedule, but if there is an interest for us to come out to your school and do a performance, or even to do an excerpt of the performance, we are more than willing to do so. It sounds good. So you get to be a part of the setup. You get to see it now. In performance, there are all these other aspects of sound of the show. We do have a sound background. And our production stage manager is back there making sure that she's all ready and set to go. Are we good, Lana? Okay, so without any further ado, the Freedom Players of Wayne State University.
In this house, trials and tribulations,
unveil impassable crooked rooms,
the spirit so sturdy and strong,
embedded in our foundations.
as our collective energies reverberate throughout this nation,
Although every time I turn on the TV or radio station,
I get infected.
but this ain't new. Cause even as a child, I suspected.
And on this day, in this moment,
these old wounds have been resurrected.
I walk around this house as if these evils have been neglected.
And again and again,
These ills seem to never get corrected.
First, they came for the communists, and I did not speak out because I was not a communist. Then they came for the socialists, and I did not speak out because I was not a socialist. Then they came for the trade unionists, and I did not speak out because I wasn't a trade unionist. Then they came for the Jews, and I did not speak out because I wasn't a Jew. Then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak out for me.
Today, we do speak out, but not in the right ways. As a young Jew in America, the pains of our people's past still hurt to this day. But so many people seem to have forgotten about them. Just because it happened a while ago doesn't mean it's not still powerful.
Then they came for the gays, and I did not speak out because I was not gay. Now I am. My first memory of the word gay was in the 4th grade when I heard a rumor from some girl.
Did you see so-and-so's project? It has a rainbow on it.
Cool, I thought.
That means gay!
I did not know what gay meant or what this girl meant, but it must be bad. I did not inquire further.
I think about the times my mother and I would sit down and talk about our people's history. I am named Miriam, after the woman who led the Jews from the Egyptian prisons. But now, I am in a timeline where there is no one left to speak. Why will no one speak out? And why can't they hear me?
My next memory of the word gay was when my female friend kissed my cheek in front of everybody on the bus in 6th grade to prove it wasn't gay and that friends could do that kind of thing. I was shocked and mortified, and I condemned her when I spoke about it with others.
They act as if the Holocaust was never a big deal. As if, because it was so long ago, that it doesn't even matter. But my people still have a swastika branded in their minds and some on their bodies. And I still shudder anytime someone asks me,
What's your number?
because of the boys on the bus and at camp who recognized me as Jewish and thought it'd be funny to grab and twist my arm painfully to see if they could find my prison number tattooed into my arm. So many people don't even know Kristallnacht was a thing. And yet, I still hide anytime I hear glass breaking.
I called people fag because that's what was cool in our class. I didn't say anything when people spray painted profanity on the beautifully painted Rainbow Rock for Pride Week. I didn't say anything when Anna Swartz said,
I don't mind lesbians. I just wouldn't change in front of one.
and I thought I was a good ally.
A shooting 2 weeks ago.
Old news.
The Holocaust.
Oh, please. It's not like it's still happening today.
But that's the thing, my friend. It is still happening. Right now. Just with a new mask on. Scars don't appear because a wound was bad, but because the source of that wound was so powerful that even our very selves could not fix it properly.
Then they came for the gays, and I did not speak out because I was not gay. Now I am.
But okay. I'll just laugh with you at your jokes, while all I can hear is the screams of my relatives, bloodying their hands, trying to climb out of the chamber when they realized it was no ordinary shower, because this is no ordinary reality I want to be a part of.
Then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak out for me. I didn't know my silence would do more damage than those who speak out. Now the silence is more deafening than ever. What do? There is no one left. What do I do?
There was no one ever there. I know what I have to do. There was no one ever there for me. Myself and I speak for me. What you see is a white middle-class face of something you're repulsed by and throw your Bibles at. Your eyes skim over the black spots on this cow, the milk skin. 2% of me wants to be here. 98% whole, a lot of dying around me. My fierce butch queens don't deserve your knives, your bullets, your spearheaded insults. skinning the flesh of souls with a shaming razor. There was no one who ever spoke for us.
I walk into a classroom full of uneducated kids. Smells like old books passed down from the privileged. Can't taste success because it's not taught here. Even though my ancestors fought here, it feels uncomfortable. It feels like ignorance. When they graduate from college with only debt in their pants. All I see is poverty. Because there's no life skills taught to me. The world says, yeah, you ought to be able to save up for that new audit, be able to make that money, be. But I can't hear success calling me. Don't you dare say there's a flaw in me when the system raised the part of me.
I look around and I wonder, where do I fit in with all these people, these boxes? I see white people. I see people that are part of the LGBTQ plus community. I see white women and I see men, but I do not see me. Yes, I see black, but I don't see black women besides me. And the whites see me, but they don't care to. They don't understand. They see me as loud and opinionated and too independent, disgruntled or angry black woman. Or even my own kind sees me as that. Or because they hate on me because the tone of my blackness. But joke's on them, because we had the same damn struggle. I am no different, I say. Do I mean it? I don't know. I'm confused. I'm helpless. I'm trapped in this mirror, trying to break free. Why can't I see the real me? Why can't anyone see the real me? Why can't men see me as the strong and beautiful, thoughtful, outspoken, and kind and funny black woman? I am not some object in a candy store window waiting to be drooled over. I am a human being. And I would appreciate being celebrated as a queen. Don't you dare act like you know me.
I am of a triumphant people. I am royalty.
Sharp lights of the cars graze the back of our necks. Here comes the five to put the black man in check. They put their hands to their holsters. We don't have time to reflect on the life we had. We fall to our knees without hesitation because statistics don't lie. And no matter how hard we try, we can't deflate the situation. This is it. I'm not resisting. I'm not resisting. We lie on the ground with cracks bigger than the so-called freedoms we share. This isn't a story. This is our reality. We stay silent and pray, but the guns are still raised. I just want to see one more day. Just one more. This is it. I'm not resisting. This is it. I'm not resisting. My brothers in arms have no arms. Yet the man is painstakingly and undoubtedly covered in ours. The blood and the sadness, shooting black men in cars. How many martyrs can the world take before they take us all? A wallet. He pulled out his wallet. A line of defense in which all people are granted. They took him. They took my friend. But it looks like it won't be long until I see my end too. It's time to find peace. It's time to find peace. Because the next thing that happens is the hope that I can rest in peace. I hope I find God. I hope he takes me. I hope this doesn't hurt. I hope he forgives me. This is it. I'm not resisting. This is it.
I'm not resisting. They say we're free. All I see is racism acted out subliminally. They say Black Lives Matter, but all I see is that Black Lives Matter the least. I'm not resisting. I'm a human being just like you. Do you realize when you raise your guns to kill me, you kill you? Let's just reverse the roles. Put yourself in my shoes. I'm not resisting. They weren't resisting. And yet another Black man was robbed by the white. Who's really innocent here?
Another story broke today. People in Charlottesville are filled with hate. Streets filled with Nazis and the KKK. Is this not the 21st century, where people are supposed to be seen for what they bring, not the color of their skin? How can we possibly succeed when our leader-in-chief is full of hate and greed? I'm so angry and sad and confused and freaking mad. My voice is small and it shakes, but I refuse to break. I refuse to stay silent in this world that is so violent. How can I be quiet when the body count is continually rising? The system is flawed. There's no such thing as justice for all. How dare they say they're better? What? Because their skin is lighter? Their hearts are rotted, their minds full of poison. But our love is pure and louder, and we will continue to fight for the hour where all are truly free and equal, and we can escape this current evil. Until then, rise up and stand tall. Let's scare these bastard racist pricks. Let's show them we won't fall.
Man, I'm angry. Not for myself, but for those who have no home, no place to be, no place to go. Those who struggle to find sanctuary because you have deemed them to be undeserving of your love and your safety and your compassion and your protection. Those who you still see as human, just as not human enough. Those who you've hurt, you've killed with your piercing words and your smashing fists and your burning guns, shooting fires. I mean, you're shooting guns, burning fires, but does it even matter what I say? Do my words make any difference? Your hatred has created a darkness which is casting its impenetrable shadow on this world. And nothing I say will reverse the damage you've caused. Nothing I say will bring back the lives that we have lost. So stop ignoring your cries for help. Because you say that love is patient, that love is kind, but what you fail to see is that love is love. Love is blind.
Don't ask, don't tell. This is the kind of world that we live in. We cannot openly discuss ourselves or our situations without some kind of judgment. People turn things into such a taboo. People dismiss things that they don't understand. I'm a black man, a gay black man, a gay black man who has a black family, a gay black man who lives in a black community, a community that still finds who I am to be evil and in need of repentance. But little do they know I don't need repentance. I need respect. I need to ask, and I have no problem telling. We live in a world where voices are being kept quiet all the time. The conversations are being avoided. Even my very own gay community shuts me out as I'm still reminded that I'm me. You see, my skin color constantly shows, but my sexuality doesn't. And I'm not gonna hide who I am. That will be a disadvantage to myself. So do ask. in our town.
11 million. Was that not enough? The last time swastikas hung in the streets, we lost 11 million. 6 million being Jews, people who believed in God, the only difference being how they worshiped Him. The other 5, blacks, gypsies, gays, and non-Aryans. When are we gonna learn to embrace our differences? Because the last time we didn't, we lost 11 million. Oh, and the president of the free world, the leader of the great melting pot, can't condemn the KKK. Says there was fault on both sides? Did he forget that we lost 11 million? Not in dollars, not in diamonds, not in cars or gold bars. But I bet if it were, they would care a little bit more. But no, I'm talking 11 million lives. 11 million.
Don't you dare say there's a flaw in me.
I know where the flowers bloom.
I'm not resisting.
Love is love.
This is it.
Do ask and I'll tell.
Let's show them we won't fall.
The hard truth. As I stand here in my dark chocolate frame, think about all the ways of the world. I mean, because no one really knows why we're here. We're all running around in circles, confused by each other and each other's interpretations of ourselves. We get caught in this trap of trying to impress. And as we express, we lose control. Forget what to think, who to love, or who to give our love to. And so we continue to travel this never-ending path of confusion, while the circles get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger until one day we stop because we see the light, realizing that we are all put here to make our mark.
That's right.
And to have our words be heard by everybody. So go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain to set my people free. Yes! That's it. Freedom, liberation, unity, and righteousness is what I live and fight for every day. So that I can stand here and be proud of who I am, where I come from, and where I'm going. Forward ever, backward never.
Yeah.
We are vessels with more than enough. We shine bright like diamonds in the rough. We are vessels. We stand strong with open arms. We are love for all.
You are enough.
Hey!
There is nothing that you cannot do. Get out of that box. Hey, don't you let this world confuse you. Open your eyes, lift your chin so they can all see that you're living in your truth. Be who you're meant to be, yeah, yeah.
We are vessels. We're more than enough. We shine bright like diamonds in the rough. We are vessels. We stand strong with open arms. We are love for all.
We're no longer victims to your pain. Open your eyes, victory is what you claim. Kiri, I said
Yes. Great job. Yes, great job.
So, did we enjoy the performance?
Yes.
Hopefully, for all of you people that are out there recording and taking photos, please send them to us. We would like to have that footage. We can use it. We will continue to be developing this particular rendition of I Am and making it into a full performance. We create this type of work, this using art as social justice, thinking about diversity and inclusion, only to in the minds and the hearts of you all so that we can keep this conversation going and keep developing a deeper sense of understanding about each other. Because at the end of the day, we are all human. So thank you, and we appreciate your time.
Thank you.
You can send all of your footage to rasmikeyc@wayne.edu. That is my email. So please send any footage that you may have taken. We would love to have it. We appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you. Great job.
Wow, that was a lot of things to think about. There was some energy and some messages and some food for thought that you can turn around and around. And I'm so happy that they came back. The Wayne State Freedom Troop is so important to support our artists in the city of Detroit.
Yes.
So look into what they're doing on their website and continue to support them. And come on out to these programs as well. We're going to start the quizzes back up because we a couple more prizes, and then we have the grand prize as well. So I have about another 12 or 14 questions for those who want to remain. Please do. And I'm going to get ready to start back up.
Hey guys, did y'all enjoy the performance?
Oh, this is the Martin Luther King quizzes, questions.
Thank y'all for
Okay, the less people, I guess, more people get a chance to win. Okay, we